Hi everyone, Al the Psych here. Got another presentation for you for informational purposes. Today I'm going to talk about framing and reframing and how this is used in our lives. And so let me look at my notes and look at the definition. So reframing is a way to adjust your mindset to see a situation from a different point of view. So again, reframing can be used in a lot of different scenarios. So in psychotherapy, it can be used to assist clients to look at a situation that maybe was framed in a negative light and frame it or reframe it into a positive light. So for example, if I'm a therapist working with a client and the client comes in and says, I'm so upset about the ticket I got, a DUI, and I would maybe work with the client on trying to reframe getting that ticket as something actually positive. So maybe getting him to see that getting the ticket is getting him to look at the danger that he put himself in, the danger that he put other people in, and the fact that maybe he needs to make some changes in his life and maybe be a little bit more mindful of, how much he's drinking. So getting him to look at it from that perspective, maybe we could actually get him then to make some important changes in his life. So that's one scenario. I'm sure you can come up with some other scenarios. Another one would be, say someone is giving a speech and he or she doesn't like giving speeches and gets very nervous and anxious about giving speeches in front of people. What he could do is he could reframe his anxiety to excitement. And so he's still acknowledging, yeah, he's a little keyed up, but cognitively now he's looking at it from a different perspective. Instead of anxiety, it's more like, oh yeah, this is going to be exciting. So different things like that can be done to reframe situations to help you. Now, I can think of, reframing that takes place in a lot of different arenas. So it could be, political, sports, sales. I can even go back to when I was 14, and I tended to, what it was is my dad would let me back out his El Camino from the carport. I'd back it out of the carport so he could wash it. And then one day, as I was backing it out, I happened to clip the left front fender on the post from the carport. So what I did, I went and told my dad, and I framed the dent as horrific, as humongous, as ugly. I came up with some really creative adjectives. So now when my dad comes out to see the damage, and he's expecting to see a pretty big, ugly dent in the car, he looks at it and he actually reframes it to, oh, that's not so bad. Because I had over exaggerated the damage, but it helped keep my dad from losing his cool when he went to see that. Okay, yeah, it's not so bad, it's not so bad. So I figured that was kind of like a genius way of me being able to get out of the situation with not too serious a consequence. Other ways things are framed and reframed are like this. I wrote down some examples. So I would prefer to eat meat that is framed as 80% lean as opposed to 20% fat. Okay. I would prefer to buy a pre-owned car as opposed to a used car. Doesn't the idea of a used car, doesn't it kind of conjure up you know, a dilapidated sort of vehicle as opposed to a pre-owned car. It seems a little nicer. And other things, you kind of hear this in the political arena. You know, do I refer to people as illegal aliens, or do I refer to them as undocumented workers? Okay. Do I refer to waterboarding as torture or enhanced interrogation? So these terms can be framed and reframed, you know, depending upon what you're trying to do, what your intent is. And one of my favorites anyway is, am I taking steroids or just enhancing my workouts? Okay, so there you have it. As you can see, framing and reframing takes place in all sorts of scenarios. I'm sure you can come up with some of your own, and that's it for today. If you've got some messages, go ahead and leave them down there, and I'll see you later. So long. Oops.